What's up, everybody? Long time no see. Today, I am going to do the first thing of my new YouTube. Going to be diagnosing and repairing a fan. This is one of my personal fans. I do buy an awful lot of vintage fans because I like them personally, so I don't get rid of them. I use them. But there is a few tips and tricks, and I won't cover everything. We're just going to do this fan. If we come across something that's wrong with another, I have probably 4 or 5 fans I need to fix. So if you guys like this, I'll just make those videos, and I'm also going to do some other type of videos as well. So hope you enjoy this. Here we go. This is one of my favorite personal fans. This is a Windsor fan. This is a box fan, and it's a metal casing. It has a thermostat control, which I hardly ever use. Medium, high, low speeds, and it has both in and out, which means it's reversible. Like you could have this set up in a window and hit that switch, and it would go from suck to blow. So I love this fan, but we use it almost every day, and it has started to develop a, I'm going to call it a growl, where it's going wong, 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 wong. And if you hear that womp sound in an old fan, you need to service it immediately, because it can go from that issue is an okay and easy issue to fix to something way more involved, bushings and bearings and such. But let's jump into this fan. So on this fan, we have 2 little, on the back side of it, it has screws just like normal, but on this front side, it's just held in by clips. See these down here? So let's see if we can just pop that out of there. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Didn't even have to get a little handy screwdriver I had ready. We're on my listing table, and it's set up for that, but I figured I'd do this video and just see how it goes. So let's get that other clip off here, doing that one-handed. And we just lift this grate off, and yeah, that was easier than I thought it would be. Okay, so set that over there. First thing first, obviously this thing needs cleaned. So let's get doing that. This is the one thing I was worried about most, was perspective on here. Try to get you guys set up here. Have you on a little tripod, but not a real good one. You know, obviously with pets and everything, you're gonna have pet hair and fur flying through this thing. Let's get all that wiped off. We're not gonna use anything wet yet, so I may Windex off these blades. But let's just dry rag it for now and get all that junk off. We got this fan at a thrift store. I think I got this at Amvet's for like $10 or $12. What I'm doing right now is I'm just wiping the fan. There's these little holes in the fan motor. Just wiping all the dirt and fur and gunk off those. Yeah, pretty nasty, but that's what fans do, you know, especially households with pets and dander and everything. Okay, so see, it's spinning pretty well, pretty easily. That's a good sign. The other thing I'm going to do now, the very first thing I'm going to do is grab hold of this right here and shake it. It's got a little bit of play in it, but that's not too bad. That means the bushing is okay. It's not great by any stretch, but this is probably probably at least a 35 or 40-year-old fan. But yeah, it's not great, but that's to be expected on these. Okay, so let's do a little bit more of the cleaning up. I have a little Dyson vacuum, but I didn't want to use it because the noise blow you guys' eardrums out. So yeah, get some more of this fur out of here. So next point is, since this doesn't seem that bad, usually on these fans, what the issue will be, if the bushing isn't completely shot, is just strictly lubrication. So take a look back in here if we can. You see the shaft back there. See my finger, that shaft, there won't be, and they're right behind that, in where that shaft goes in behind this plate right back here is a bearing or a bushing. And that's what would have to be replaced if it was really bad, but that'd be really tough. So what I'm looking for though back here is there's usually a lubrication point or a spot. So that's what we're on the hunt for, is our lube spot. Oh, that may be it right there. Look at that. See this little, yeah, that's neat. See that right there? That is our lubrication spot. And all you use on this, you can use all kinds of different stuff, but I got this little handy dandy. This is just a 3-in-1 oil with a telescoping spout there. So yeah, see the little, make sure that's all cleared out there. So what we're going to do, like I said, this wasn't too bad. It was just getting to the point where I didn't want the bushing to go bad. So we're going to try to open up our oil here. So we can do that. Put you guys down here for a second. Stare at the fan blades. All right. See if I can get this open. All right. Well, there we go. Okay, we're good to go. We've got our oil open. Ooh. We're just going to drip some drops down in there. Probably, I don't know, about 10 drops or so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Got that all lubricated up. I am going to, while we have the, well, we'll go ahead and spin this around by hand a little bit. You can see that oil get in there. I'll even do it in reverse. And we'll plug this in here in a little bit and see what it is. Most of the time in old fans, it is lubrication. That's all that's wrong with it. So it's a very, very easy fix. And a lot of these old fans can be worth money. I don't know exactly what this one's worth, but I like it a lot for myself, so I'm not going to sell it. But I'll guarantee it's worth something. This one isn't perfect. It does have some rust down here. You know, somebody obviously used this in their window, and so it got some moisture in here. We don't use this in our window. We just use it as a regular fan. Here's the, that's just the electrical stuff. But yeah, really like old fans. Metal blade, metal housing. Just do that a little bit so that oil gets all in the bearing and down in this shaft on the other side. All right, so what do you say? We got this plug over here with all my junk and my tools and my testing stuff. Okay, this probably will be loud for you guys, so I'm going to try to turn it to the side here. And we're just going to go on low. You can still hear the wobble's not as bad. Sorry if the noise gets, I'm trying to keep you guys out of the thing. This fan used to come on a stand too. You can tell it had a stand, but we just use it as a out on the floor. I don't know if you can see it or hear it from you, but there's a little bit of a wobble. And that's that bearing, and there's nothing that we can really do about that except for take it completely apart. But it's not bad enough of a wobble to deal with replacing that yet. I don't even know if you can see it, but you can look at the center, and there's a little wobble. And the fan itself, there's a little bit of a wobble. And that's strictly because of that bearing, but I don't think that's too bad. Kick it up a notch. Oops, there goes the paper towel. Get that paper towel out of there. There it is. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more in there actually. I doubt this thing has been oiled ever, or if it has, it's been a long time. 2, 3, oop. Don't go get ahead of ourselves. The other thing I hope is that this definitely looks like it's getting down there. So okay, let's kick it up again. The bearing is definitely going bad in this, but I think it's fine for now. I wouldn't use this fan on high, which we don't anyway. We just use it on low or medium, but I think it's good for low and medium for several more years at least before we have to take the fan blade off and replace the bearing back there that I was showing you before. Right back here behind this plate, there'll be a bearing back there. So that's it. I hope you guys like this. I got several more fans, like I said, I'm going to be working on. There's one down here, this GE. And I got several vintage fans like that I'll be working on. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit more and throw the grate back on it. And hope you guys liked it. And we'll see you later.